I love this car. Tell me about it.
So this is the 2020 QX80. We redid the interior this year, and obviously the QX80 is the biggest vehicle in our lineup. It's our flagship. Really new for this year is CarPlay, Android Auto, as well as the updated exterior. And this is really for the customer who needs all the extra space as well as the towing capacity, because it'll tow 8,500 pounds.
Wow. You know, Infiniti had a great year last year. How do you see 2020 working out, and what do you think is going to happen for the brand over the next 5-10 years?
Yeah, so 2020 is going to be exciting for us. We're launching a new product at near the end of the year, the QX55, which is the sport back version of our QX50. But the next few years are going to be really exciting for Infiniti. We're launching 5 new cars in the next 3 years, and bringing our electrified powertrains to the market for the first time in early 2022.
That sounds ambitious. Talking about ambition, you're the managing director of this company. How did you get the job? And tell me a little bit about your background.
So I've been with Infiniti since 2011, and I started in the business in, I think it was 2005. Came over really in 2011 with the opportunity to launch what we called at the time JX. And I've had the chance to work in many different departments on both the Nissan and Infiniti side. But just prior to holding this role as managing director, I was running sales operations for Nissan in Western Canada. So I've worked across the country, different departments, in both the mainstream and premium. So it's been a great ride for the 8 or 9 years I've been at NCI.
So I have to ask you, as somebody who's worked in Western Canada, now you're in Central Canada, what's your favorite hockey team?
Well, I have to be a Leaf fan. To be honest, when I was out west, the Canucks weren't doing too well, so they didn't have much of a following, but I'm definitely a Leaf fan, especially given how they've been playing over the course of the last few years.
You answered that last question correctly, by the way. Not that this is a skill question that I would ask, but, what do you do when you're away from the office? You're working hard. Are you the kind of a guy who plays hard too?
Yeah, well, winters is snowboarding. I'm a big snowboarder and got into that while I was out west, spent lots of time on the hill. I'm a runner as well. Myself and our director of finance kind of challenge each other in half marathons, so that keeps me busy outside the office when I'm not working.
Now, you were at Montreal for the Auto Show.
I was.
You're looking forward, I hope, to the Canadian International Auto Show here in Toronto. What do you see as the future for auto shows from Infiniti's perspective?
Well, I think I'm going to say in the short term, we are still very heavily invested in auto shows, and think it's a great opportunity to get the product right out in front of consumers who might otherwise be a little bit not ready to go into a showroom. It's a great opportunity for them to compare ours versus everybody else's back to back. And as a sign of our investment in auto shows, both Nissan and Infiniti Canada just created brand new booths. So the booth that is in Montreal and those visiting the Toronto show will see this year is brand new. So we invested in that, and we plan on using that for the next foreseeable future.
Oh, well, that's good. Good news for auto shows.
Absolutely.
In Canada, particularly. Let's look ahead 25 years, just for the heck of it. Are we all going to be flying around on giant drones or driving flying cars, or are we still going to be going out as individual families and buying personal transportation in the form of passenger cars?
Yeah, it's tough for me to forecast 25 years out, but I think the two biggest things that you're going to see closer to today are changing the way people purchase vehicles. Obviously, the internet's changed the experience and the way that people are able to compare, but the purchase experience and getting even more of that online is something that I think will evolve over the course of the next few years. And obviously, fuel sources. We're pushing heavily towards electrification,
right?
And that will be a new reality for us and for all manufacturers. But I think that changing perhaps overnight to being the overwhelming market share might take a little bit longer than maybe we think is going to happen.
Right.